Welcome, everybody to Seeing Stars. Yes. I'm here right now. I'm waiting on J News. So, everybody, we're gonna do a little housekeeping this morning. Um, let's see. What's up, ALW? Yes, we're about to see the stars, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're gonna get some slight work out the way. Okay. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, this is our normal schedule, but we're going on holiday break now. I know for me and J News, we will be going on holiday break on the from the 18th to the 8th. Okay, so you won't see us for the holiday season ending, or you won't see us until the beginning of New Year's. Okay, so make sure you remember that. Okay. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we like to keep you up to date on what we plan on doing. So here at Seeing Stars, we will be doing GCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling to the end of the year, beginning of the year, when everything picks up and there are more indies doing live shows and live events. So right now, you will catch us doing just these two companies because they're steady and we know how it goes there. Okay? So here is my good brother J News. There we go.
Oh man, how is everyone doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening somewhere out there in the world. It is the your good brother Jay News, and it has been a rough weekend for me. Um, Absolute, I don't know what the hell is going on type of feeling with professional wrestling right now, with stuff that I personally watch. So that's my sense. We'll get into it when we go over the reviews and the days for what's been going on with World Tag League. Gato, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know what
I
you're doing, man.
I said that last week, but and ladies and gentlemen, just because we are gonna leave the confusion to the end, okay? I don't
Yeah.
want to get you confused from the beginning. So this week we're gonna start with GCW and end with the World Tag League because that was a whole bunch of mess that we got to figure out. Okay?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
ladies, ladies and gentlemen, starting with the show on 12/2. Come on, dude. For GCW, we had Pero with Charles Mason in his corner face Richard Holiday. No contest because it turned into a mess of a mess. And then Hammerstone had to come out and save Richard Holiday because Richard Holiday is, when we get to the next day, you will see he actually is turned heel.
Mm.
Uh, uh, Unagi Saki, listen,
Sayaka.
I practiced his name
Mm-hmm.
Sayaka. See, listen, I heard it 59 times. I kept rewinding it, and it just was like, nope, not gonna sit. Defeated Lufisto in a good match. It was like they tried to knock each other block out. Listen, when I mean a good match, let me rephrase that. LaFisto towards the end seemed to be on, like she did good in the beginning. Sakai did great throughout the whole match, but LaFisto seemed to be on slow mode after a while. Like she was like slow moving, not getting into the pin, and it made me not want to necessarily go back and watch that match again.
Mm.
But the next day, Unagi made up for it because she was like, I'm not going out like that. We had the five-way scramble match. Griffin McCoy defeated Gabriel Sky, uh, Nolo, R1, and Raheem. Okay. We had Sawyer Reg defeat Jimmy Lloyd, who we saw wrestle the next day too. And GCW World Title match, we had Blake Christian defeating Alex Price in a good match. I would tell people to go back and watch that. That was a really good match. We had Jordan Oliver defeat Azriel. That was an okay match for me. I like Jordan Oliver matches because it's always high paced and it's like he's giving it his all. And I just want to say, AEW, you brought up one of the East West Express. Why not bring up Jordan Oliver? Because Nick Wayne and Jordan Oliver are the East West Express.
Mm.
Cole Roderick defeated Marcus Mathers. Sorry, thinking about Marshall Mathers. Marcus Mathers. Uh, Actually, Brett Lauderdale came in for commentary on this match. So we had the honor of GCW doing commentary for a match that wasn't necessarily planned on the schedule. We
Mm.
have Masha Slamovich and Rina Yamashita defeat Miracle Generation of Dustin Waller and Kylan King. In the match that broke my heart, Effie defeated Santana Jackson. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he defeated our guest from last Tuesday, Santana Jackson. It broke me because not only did he disrespect this man and beat him, but he thrusted and then took his Thriller mask and put it on and became Elfie the werewolf. Hurt me. Hurt me on the inside. The main event, which is Jay Lion and Midas Black, defeated Waves and Curls. Yes, I said that right, ladies and gentlemen. Waves and Curls, Jalen Brandon and Trevin Jordan. So, like I said, it was an overall good show. I liked it. See, listen.
At the end of the day, I'm still learning all this stuff. Still learning who a lot of these wrestlers are. Um, I didn't watch Hammerstone in his day with MLW.
Yeah.
Um, I believe he's not there anymore, right? Is that the deal? He's doing just the indie rounds now. He's not with MLW anymore.
Yeah. Right now it seems like he's in GCW because he kept
Okay.
like pointing and saying it was in him. So I was like, okay. So it was the next day when I go over it, it will
Mm,
be yesterday was the day. You'll understand that now he has a rivalry with the person he tried to help.
mm, mm.
As
Interesting.
we all know, Richard Holiday became uh overcame cancer. So his thing is he's supposed to be coming back fighting. Oh, ALW said he still does
Okay.
MLW. And I've been doing GCW the past few weeks. So they said before the match they had this graphic where they said fear and survival are the same, like same side of the coin. Like you fear and you survive, that's the same thing. And so we'll learn in the next pay-per-view why that is. Okay.
Mm.
So now we're on to not that. What's your choice? That was the show from last night. I would say I really out of the two back-to-back shows, this one got me more. We had Bussy, which was Alley Catch and Effie, and the second gear crew, one called Manders and Mance Warner, defeat Wasted Youth of Dylan McKay and Marcus Matthews with Alec Price and Cole Radrick. We had Masha Slamovich defeat Tracy Williams in a listen. Every time you click on a Masha Slamovich match, especially in GCW, you're gonna get some fire. Cause she picked this man up and slammed him through the door. And she did it with ease. And I was like, you know what? Can't knock you. Violence is Forever kept their championship against the main event, which, as we saw yesterday, the main event won to get this title match to lose. Okay. We had Billy Starks defeat United. Listen, that was the match that made up for the match from the day before. It was fire. Billy Starks in this new turn that she has of the anger and the violence, good. Uh ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see in one of the wrestling chats amongst a lot of them, I mean, I said that we had Just Incredible come out. He could have
What?
stayed at home. Just Incredible came out and barely could make it. Okay? So I said he could stay at home. But with this match, we can keep little Guido. Okay? Because, ladies and gentlemen, for the GCW World title match, we had Blake Christian keeping his title, defending against Little Guido. And Little Guido got the stuff. He's actually better than he was before. Where Just Incredible, he, no offense, but he barely could get in and out of the ring.
Yeah,
So
PJ's been in
that,
bad shape for a couple of years, from what I understood.
yeah.
I know,
So
I
I
know
know
he
he
was.
had some illnesses and stuff. So I was like, you know, but don't come out there. Don't relive it. Don't do that. If you can't give it to us like you gave it to us the first time, don't do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, a non-title match because Jordan Oliver is JCW champion. He defeated Gringo Loco. The reigning ultraviolet champion Rina Yamashita defeated Tony Deppen in a non-title match. Charles Mason and Perro defeated Hammerstone and Richard Holiday. This is where it turns. Richard Holiday needed a friend, and Hammerstone was that friend. But in the end, Richard Holiday turned and joined the cult of Charles Manson because he started choking Charles with the belt and shoving the referee. And Hammerstone's like, "You better than this." Like, because I almost had the pen. We ain't got to do all this. Like, we ain't got to do all this. And Richard Holiday was like, "I'm going to choke you out with the belt. How about that?" Choked him out and let them get the pin. And then hugged Charles Mason. And Perro was confused, but he was like, "If he in, we in." Okay. And that's how they left with Richard Holiday getting booed out of the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we had in a singles match Maki Ito defeating Mike Bailey. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Just for that, I'm gonna show you this. Maki Ito defeated Mike Bailey. Yes, she did. She pulled them pom poms tight and she went to work. Okay.
You know
My
what's
favorite.
funny? I woke up this morning and I went onto my Twitter feed and there was this Maki Ito. I believe it was like a promo press conference bit that she did with another um with another female wrestler from what it looked like. You know what, man? That young lady, Maki Ito, is special. She told the young lady that she pissed on her and she ate shit. I said to myself, well, how that?
Listen, if you all did not watch the Halloween special we had on the cookout, I dressed up as her for Halloween and I had my little ponytails with the curls and I tightened them and I had my little pizza cutter because she uses a pizza cutter to cut people's heads and stuff.
Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot to work with. Hopefully I see her back on regular TV sometimes. Where were we?
So, ladies and gentlemen, next up after that was the career versus Broski match. Matt Cardona defeated Jimmy Lloyd. Now, this is what it was. Matt Cardona was supposed to, if he won, make Jimmy Lloyd, if you ever see him, a broski, meaning he was gonna make him uh he was gonna make him tan, work out, change his diet and everything else. So he won, and that's what's gonna happen. And the reason he won, J News, it wasn't because Steph DeLander got involved, because she did, and it didn't work out because Sawyer Rick came out there and changed that. It was because Matt Cardona's dad got up and decided it was time for him to get involved.
Wow. Oh
And
man.
so that's how he won because if Matt Cardona had a loss, he would have had to leave GCW.
Gotcha.
So I think it's Bob Cardona got involved and helped his son out. So, that's how it goes. Yeah. ALW hurt. I was hurt too. I was like, no, Richard, no. That's why I was screaming at TV last night. Listen, I shouldn't be watching that stuff late at night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I gave you the BS, and J News is going to give you the New Japan sophistication. Okay?
I'll try. Yeah.
World Tag League.
World
World
Tag.
Tag League. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is the first day is day 7 on the 28th.
Hmm. So I'll read through this, Dolores. So on the 28th, we had Los Ingobernables de Japón. We had Bushi, Shingos, Kage, Yota Tsuji, and Zandikan Jr. Go up against and defeat the Bullet Club of Bad Luck Fale, Gato, Jack Banza, and Taiji Ishimori. These are all the tag matches that I love to watch so much. Master Wato, Minoru Suzuki, and Yuji Nagata defeated the Gorillas of Destiny of El Fantasma, Hikuleo, and Jado. We then had 6-man tag team match. The Just Five Guys members, Doki, Taichi, and Yuya Uemura, defeated Monster Sauce, Alex Zane, and Lance Archer, who were teaming with Ryusuke Taguchi at that particular point in time. We then had Chaos members, Hiroki Goto, Yo, and Yoshihashi, defeating the Mexican contingent of Atlantis Jr., Severano Jr., and their tag team partner, Tiger Mask. How do we go from here? So on to Block A tag team action. The Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona defeated the Bullet Club War Dogs and Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd. Didn't see that coming. We had another match there, United Empire's Great O'Khan and Hanare with Callum Newman. They defeated the House of Torture, which should be the way it goes. They ended up with, this is night 7, so they were at 4 and 2 points relatively. So probably went to 6 and 2. After that, we then had
No, that's the point
no.
ending that day.
Well, that's right
Yeah,
because of the split nights. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So that's block A. So Chaos has Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano. When they defeated TMDK, Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste, so they have 4 points, as in Chaos, and then TMDK has 6. So here at night 7, I thought to myself, okay, so Yano and Ishii, they won another match. They shouldn't be winning another match all the way out. I'm foreshadowing here. So we then get the Red Narita Shota Umino match versus Kaito Kiyomiya and Ryohei Oiwa, and we had Umino and Narita defeat the team of Oiwa and Kiyomiya. They were going strong at this point. Dolores, Red Narita and Shota Umino, they were going strong at this point.
I had some hope, and then it was dashed shortly after that.
So we have night 8 on the 29th. We had the House of Torture, Evil Show and Yujiro Takahashi with Dick Togo defeat the Gates of Agony of Bishop Khan and Toa Leona, who were teaming with Yuto Nakashima. You never winning nothing when Yuto Nakashima on your team, man. Let's be real. Anyways, Kaito Kiyomiya, Oleg Bolton, and Ryohei Oiwa defeated TMDK's Kosei Fujita, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste. We then had a 6-man tag team match of Bullet Club members Alex Coughlin, Gabe Kidd, and Taiji Ishimori defeating the United Empires, Callum Newman, Great O'Khan, and Hanare. We then had Chaos's Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Yo, along with Master Wato, defeating Ren Narita, Ryosuke Taguchi, Shota Umino, and Tiger Mask. That is where it started all going downhill. Block B action. Rogue Army, Bad Luck Fale, and Jack Banza defeated Yota Tsuji and Zandokan Jr. That was a surprise. The Gorillas of Destiny, El Fantasma Hikuleo, they defeated Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata. We then had Monster Sauce, Alex Zane and Lance Archer defeat Just Five Guys, Taichi and Yuya Uemura. We then had Bishiman, the champions, go up against Atlantis Jr. and Soberano Jr. with a time limit draw. Listen, man.
That's what. That's why I was like, okay, this is what you gonna do? And then it started just snowballing, down.
I don't understand what that was, honestly. Like, how are you gonna time limit draw the champs against a team that isn't even in the company necessarily, right? So this might have
Yeah.
been coming together of the two companies so that people can stay strong, and whatever have you. But yeah, still, still, I didn't understand.
Listen, I didn't know it was just like what? And I was, and then we kept going.
And then we have the matches on the first, which was on Friday. Um, Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, Jack Bando, Taiji Ichimori defeating the Gorillas of Destiny and El Phantasmo Hikuleo and Jado. Just five guys, Doki, Taichi, and Yo Yorimura go up against Lance Jr., Soberano Jr., and Tiger Mask. Master Wato, Minoru Suzuki, and Yuji Nagata defeated Monster Sauce, Alex Zane, and Lance Archer, and Ryusuke Taguchi, which were teaming on this night. We had Chaos members Roki Goto, Yo, and Yoshihashi, along with Oleg Bolton, defeating Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, Yota Tsuji, and Zandokan Jr. We then had the Block A matches. House of Torture's team of Evil and Yujiro Takahashi actually defeated the Gates of Agony's Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. We then had TMDK defeating Kaito Kiyomiya and Ryohei Oiwa. So atop the leaderboard were TMDK here. The Bullet Club War Dogs, Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd defeated the United Empire and Honari and Great Khan. So the Bullet Club War Dogs picked up another win with 6 points as well. Then we had Chaos's Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano defeat Ren Narita and Shota Umino, and both teams are now tied at 6 points apiece. Yeah, no one necessarily looking strong here outside of the 8-point having team. So I thought that this was supposed to be an opportunity for the younger guys, the what do they call, what is the nickname that they penned them with? The Three Musketeers and whatnot. Two out
I
of the
think,
Three Musketeers out here looking like they don't even belong
yeah,
on the main part of the card and whatnot.
yeah.
Because I believe, at least from my belief of it all, that Tomohiro Ishii and Yano are usually used in the capacity to push the younger guys, and that doesn't seem to happen here.
And we kept on this confusion train. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pick up since J News has ran so far.
Mm-hmm.
On night 10, 2-2, I mean 12-2, we had Chaos, Tomohiro Ishii and Yano defeating Oscar Lube and Nakashima. Again, no surprise. Gates of Agony and Bolton Oleg defeated United Empire with Colum Newman, Great Khan, and Hanare. Again, when I see Newman, I see a law. Uh, House of Torture, Evil Show, Kananaru, and Takahashi defeated the Bullet Club. Alex Coughlin gave Kid, Gato, and Taji Ishimori. I want to say boo, but they really, I can't even say boo because I don't really like both teams. So we probably just Master Wada, Ren Narita, and Shoto Umino defeated TMDK, which was it was I thought that was pretty good match. We had for Block B sets of matches, Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, and Hikaleo getting 6 points at the end of the day, defeating Rogue Army, Bad Luck Fale, and Jack Bonza. They end up still at 2. Just 5 guys, Tai Chi and Yuya, leave at 8, defeating Atlantis Jr. and Sabanaro Jr., who are at 5. We have Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata getting 2 points finally, defeating Monster Sauce, who are at 8. We had Bishiman and Yoshihashi at 5 at the end of the day, defeating Yoda and Zendekin Jr., who left at 4. So, did you have any particular like
I the
feeling?
only thing the only thing that I saw that was a little bit out there for me was the Yuji Nagata and Minoru Suzuki defeating Monster Sauce thing, just because they had been on this. I thought they were gonna hit the gravy train. You know what I'm saying? Monster Sauce on this winning streak, and then all of a sudden, the OGs, they're the OGs, so you got to give them a win somewhere. You know,
Yeah.
um, but I didn't figure that they would get the win over the strong team up to this point in the tournament. So that was definitely a surprise and a little confusing for me
Yeah.
in that regard. And then with the loss that Yoda Suji and Zandokan Jr. took in this particular night, what happened this morning was a little bit,
Well,
confusing. So,
uh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna keep running. I had to take a break. Uh, on the third, which was yesterday,
mhm.
we had the Bullet Club defeating Just Five Guys, Atlantis Jr., Sabinaro Jr., and Tiger Mask defeating Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, Hikaleo, and Jado. We had Master Wado, Minoru Suzuki, and Nagata defeating Bishamon with Homna in there. As soon as I saw he was going to be in there, I was like, they ain't going to win. Uh, Los Ingobernables de Japón and Zanderkin Jr. defeating Monster Sauce. I just got an Asalube and Taguchi. Listen, is it just me? But at this point, should we just go ahead and say that Zanderkin is just Lij at this
I don't necessarily think so, just because the members of Lij, uh, he's a pirate, man. It just doesn't fit. So
point? Every time I look at Zanderkin, I think it's like Chase Owens or somebody in a mask. I swear. I'm like, it's somebody who's already wrestling in a mask because I've seen that hair and that body before. I just know it's somebody.
yeah,
But
I wouldn't be able to tell you. But at this point, it seems that every time that the Monster Sauce team is in one of these many tag matches, they keep on taking L's. So that's not necessarily uh, a good indication, even though they were going strong as the core tag team. But every time they have
yeah.
the bigger multi man matches, they're always taking L's. I'm not a big fan of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the A block of matches that day, we had United Empire, Great Khan and Hanare leaving with 6, defeating, guess who? Gates of Agony, who left with 2. At this point, you might as well just say they ain't even there. Uh, Chaos leaving with 8, which is Ishii and Yano, defeating Kaito Kayamiya and Oiwa, and they leave at 4. We had Bullet Club, Alex Coughlin, and Gabe Kidd, leaving with 8, defeating House of Torture. Yay! Evil and Takahashi leaving at 4. TMDK, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Hayes, leaving with 10, defeating Ren Narita and Shota Umino, leaving with 6.
Yeah, this happened yesterday, and due to the fact that it happened yesterday, I'm not one of those people that usually goes on social media all the time. But I was
Mm,
like, hey, you know what? Let me check out if there's any new movie trailers going on today. Because, I got my movie podcast. Thanks to Laura, so let me plug that stuff all the time.
no
And
problem.
one of the first things I see on my feed yesterday, Dolores, is this crying face. This crying face of Shota Umino, and Gabe Kidd took this crying face of Shota Umino and he put it as his profile picture. I said to myself, what is going on? What is happening right now?
That's
Why
all in
is
it.
Shota Umino crying?
That's cra- that was like trolling at his best. It reminded me of when I think we talked about it, when Mike Bailey and Maki Ito face each other, and she does this thing where when you're in the upper hand, she drops to her knees and goes, and she starts crying. You have to console her, and then she might like low blow or uppercut you, and then Mike Bailey drops to his knees and started to cry, and then she had to console him. Then they both got up. He tried to kick her afterwards, but accidentally kicked the ref, who dropped down to his knees and started to cry. And so they had to both console the referee. And I'm like, listen, Mike. When Mike was at the type, I was like,
It's too
yeah,
much.
somebody
There's too much.
needs to put this on the thing.
There's too much crying going on in wrestling nowadays. Not to say that people aren't supposed to show any sort of emotion, but when I saw that come up on my feed yesterday, I said to myself, what the hell is going on? Why are they doing this to Shota? You know what I'm saying? I just don't, you know, ALW said he loves Gabe Kidd. He's one of his top three
Yeah,
breakout stars of 2023. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
yeah.
He is exactly what Chris says. He's a generational talent. And I've been saying it for a while myself. That just let the, as the young kids say nowadays, let that boy cook. Let that boy
Yeah.
cook. So, you know, I just, you know, I don't know what they're doing to the shooter, Dolores. I don't know what they're doing to the shooter.
Listen, it seems like they build you up to crush you. That's what they feel like they're doing in New Japan. At this point, I like because I'm trying to keep up with the road twos. Not all of them are watchable, ladies and gentlemen. I've
No.
learned that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So I've had to, as we go along each day, I'm doing graphics, go, okay, I can go back and watch it. I can watch this. Oh, this matches look like they might be worth me sitting down and watching live. Because you know me, going back and watching something rather than seeing it live. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I did not tell you before we started this. We have very much breaking news. Live English commentary will return on December 21st at the Road to shows to Tokyo Dome because they are having technical difficulties. So at the end of this, when we preview about the dates in which this tournament will end, they will provide English commentary after, not during.
Mm.
After.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
So that's how I was like, I don't see no English, and that's how I've been saying all week. And then last night they were like, "We sorry, we got some technical difficulty." I was like, "Okay," but then when I got to the part where they were like, "We not gonna return it until December 21st," I was like, "Hey, what am I supposed to do with the finale?" And they were like, "We'll give you after it's over with. We'll do an English version." I was like,
You
"Booyah!"
know, you know, after Kevin Kelly decided to leave early and not even do Wrestle Kingdom in 2024, it went all downhill from there. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
I love Kevin Kelly, but I don't love him in AEW as much as I thought I would.
I don't watch enough Collision to know. I've had a very love hate relationship with Kevin Kelly over the last damn near 30 years. So
Well,
at this point, I just call it in the sense of when they reported that he was gonna go sign with AEW, but he was still gonna do Wrestle Kingdom. I was like, hey, cool, no problem. Then a week later, it was like, nah, he ain't doing Wrestle Kingdom at all. He's just AEW now. And then the New Japan site changes. They give us the app and all this differentiation in the UI and stuff is not technically going right, and everything's gone downhill ever since Kevin Kelly decided to walk out the door of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
but you know what?
So
It's kind of like Michael Cole. You remember how Michael Cole, even now, is good? Like he's passionate to like
sure.
did Michael Cole when we were like, what's wrong with him? It's almost like that because you sometimes hear him get really excited, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's like, yes, here comes. Now, when he had the Andrade El Idolo mess up, I died. I think he called him, what he called him? Andre El Idolo, and then it was Andrade El Lilo or something like that. It was messed up. He got roasted online for like a couple of days. I laughed because it's like you messed up the beginning, you got the end right. Then you got the right beginning, but you messed up the end. And I'm like, somebody need to help him. Oh, somebody
It's
need to help
tough. It's tough being a commentator nowadays, man, because you know you're on live TV the majority of the time. None of this stuff is pre-recorded, and I understand from a licensing standpoint, these networks and these channels, all they want is live TV. But a lot of
Yeah.
this, you know, it needs to. The pre-tapes need to exist. There needs to be editing and corrections done. Um, and legitimately, if you're a good broadcaster, you know, you do your homework on these particular wrestlers. You get with the wrestlers before you go on the air. You understand how to say their names, things of that nature, right? You're supposed to do
Yeah.
all that stuff. And Kevin Kelly's been in the business long enough. He knows what the hell he's doing. But then when you mess up, on live TV, especially in the age of social media, it's just very unforgiving at the end
It's
of the day.
it's it's, it's clickbait, ladies and gentlemen. I had to get up early this morning. Now listen, I don't do this that often anymore, but I had to get up and fight to find out what I needed to find out.
I
House
should
of
have
Torture.
watched. I should have watched this, Dolores. I didn't even get much sleep today. I should have watched this. I wasn't. I was just in bed in the dark. I just couldn't.
Listen,
I should have watched this.
listen, you probably would have been mad watching it. House of Torture defeated Los Ingobernables de Japón. Gates of Agony won something, but not in the tag league. Uh, with Bolton Oleg defeating Shingo Takagi, Kato Kayamiya, Oscar Libre, and Aoyuwa. Okay? We had United Empire defeating Chaos. House of Torture, boo, defeated Ren Narita, Taguchi, and Shota Umino. Bullet Club defeated TMDK. Okay? Now we're on to Block B. Rogue Army, they left with 4 points, defeating just 5 guys, Tachi and Yuya. Then we had Gorillas of Destiny leaving with 8 points by defeating Atlantis Jr. and Sabanaro Jr., who were left with 5 points. We had Bishiman win, leaving with 7 points, defeating Minoru Suzuki and Nagata with 2. They have 2. And Zandakin and Yoda defeated Monster Sauce. Yoda and Zandakin lead with 6. Monster Sauce lead with 8. Hiromu, if I can remember right, Hiromu's birthday today, so
Yes,
that's
it is.
why.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. Today
that's
is the
why
champ's
Yoda
birthday.
and Zandakin said that they were going to win. Yoda was like, "Oh, let's wish him happy birthday." Oh, he's not here, but we're going to win for his birthday. I was like, "Yep." So you said that, I already know what's going to happen.
So, it seems like Block B is a little bit congested there. A lot of 6s, a lot of 8s. No one's really taking the lead. ALW says and asks, J News, are you going to review the new Indiana Jones movie on your channel? Well, ALW, I'll tell you what, man. I got to do a lot of things today. I usually, no. This is not even to be funny. I didn't get to watch the new Indiana Jones movie in theaters, but as a matter of fact, I actually I downloaded the movie last week. I did not wait for Disney Plus to have it on over the weekend, and I did watch it. I'm gonna give you an individual review right now. That movie was junkily put together. The visual aesthetic was very inconsistent, and the story, even though it was a simple story to follow, there's too many large gaps in between franchise iterations. So I don't necessarily know that many people who liked this particular film. The Mickelson brother, who was the villain in this particular movie, did a great job. Harrison Ford's too old to be doing movies nowadays. That's just my take. And I'll leave you at that. Overall, for the movie, was it great? No. Was it bad? Yeah. So I do have a rating system. So this is a not watchable for me. if I had my logo, I would have given it to Dolores to put it up. But hey, LW, brother, you asked, so you shall receive, sir.
I got you. I always got you.
That is the Movie Pod logo right there. Today I am what am I doing? I am recording 2 different episodes, one for the latest Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1, great movie by the way, and the latest Hunger Games iteration, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Those are the 2 ones I'll be recording today, and hopefully I'll put them up by tomorrow. So yeah.
So essentially, the Indiana Jones movie, you'll get this, is Harrison Ford did like he did in real life. He can't land a plane.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it was one of those deals where I understood they were using the CGI and the de-aging stuff And people always talk about the term that they use, uncanny valley, how it just doesn't look real. None of this movie looked real the majority of the time.
No, I
And
didn't.
that just takes you out of the movie by majority. So I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And they spent $200+ million making this film. I
It
don't
looked
know.
like somebody just shot it off their iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody gave me somebody was like, you gotta see this mess, and I was like, I don't really watch
You
it.
don't.
And then when I saw it, I was like, I didn't even watch the whole thing. After a certain point, I was like, I'm just frustrated. I can't even do this. I can't even do this.
And
I'm the kind of
and
person, if it irritates me, I will just stop it. I can't even
yeah,
continue. I also
same
don't
thing.
like when you go back in the franchise to only go forward. And it's like, why did we do this? Why didn't we just go forward and then go back to figure out how we got here? But instead, I got to go back to go forward. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, and a lot of my issue with the movie was more technical than it was like the writing and things. Like, even though the writing was bad, I'm not gonna say it wasn't. It was, but like the technical part of it, like the lens flares, the edit cuts, things like that. I was like, wait a minute, did they sit down in the editing bay and do smooth transitions? Like none of it seemed like it was done in Hollywood. Like it just seemed like it was a first time director cutting this movie together, and that's not the case because James Mangold is a great director. So I just thought that it was something that wasn't up to his quality and things that, man, listen, it was no, absolutely not. I wouldn't recommend that movie to anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the part where we preview what's going
Mhm,
on, okay? This time it's going to be simple because we got two things to preview. Well, two companies to preview.
mhm.
Uh, Luckily for me, only one GCW this weekend. It is 12-9, highest in the room, too. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, for highest in the room, we get George South versus Santana Jackson. Let's go,
George.
Santana. Let's go. We have Essie and Mance Warner versus the South Pacific Savages. Jacob Fatu and Juicy. Listen, every time I say his name, Juicy,
What
I think it's
was it?
Fanawu.
For now, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought Juicy was supposed. What I have read something about Juicy in the last couple of weeks. I don't know what it was.
I don't
I think he
know.
was
I
he was
know
he was
that's
on
something
somebody's
I like.
radar or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the GCW tag team titles, we have the champs Violence is Forever, Dominic Garari and Kevin Koo versus Masha Slamovich and Rina Yamashita. Okay. Making a grand appearance on GCW Highest in the Room, Andrade El Idolo will face Joey Janela.
Wow, that
Like,
that's yeah.
I, I can't wait for it. I'm excited. I just can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, and I added the name, but MDK, and Day, yes, that's Maki Ito and Nick Gage is versus Johnny Game Changer, Johnny Hennigan, and Taya Valkyrie. Yes, I
Where the
said it. He
where the
changes
hell
his
is
name
John
everywhere he
been?
goes.
Where's John been? Isn't he on it? Isn't he signed to AEW? Like where the hell has he been?
I can say the same for his wife. They signed it, and we don't know where
Uh,
they're at.
yeah, there you go. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, also, we like to tell you what's coming up in the future. Let me take this film. Coming up in the future for us and what we might be previewing. Ladies and gentlemen, GCW works with JCW, so Jersey Cup Wrestling. 12-3 will be. They don't have a name for it yet, so but we'll review it when it comes. GCW No Compadre at 112, 113. GCW 56 Birds. Yeah, these names are wild.
Interesting name. Okay.
GCW, look at me, 126. And my favorite show of all, Effie's Big Gay Brunch 7 on 127. Okay? Now we're going to move into World Tag League. Yeah, I said it.
Hmm.
I'm sad.
Hmm.
I'm sad. Listen, it's so much of the World Tag League. I had to give them their own banner, own brand. Uh, for the 13th day, 12-6, we have Atlantis Jr., Sabanaro Jr., Tiger Mask, and Homna versus Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Shingo Takagi, Yota Tsuji, and Zanderkin Jr. Monster Sauce, Alex Zane, and Lance Archer with Master Wado versus the Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, Hikaleo, and Jado. Minoru Suzuki, Taguchi, Nagata go against the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fale, Jack Bonza, and Taiji Ishimori. Bishiman, Hiroki Goto, Kazuchika Okada, and Yoshihashi with Tanahashi go against just five guys, Doki, Sanada, Taichi, and Yuya. Now we're in the Block A matches, ladies and gentlemen. Ren Narita and Shota Umino versus House of Torture, Evil and Yujiro Takahashi. We have Chaos versus United Empire. Chaos is Ishii and Yano versus Greto Khan and Hanare. We have TMDK versus Bullet Club. Mikey Nichols and Shane Hayes versus Alex Coughlin, Gabe Kidd. Kato Kayamiya and Oyawa versus Gates of Agony. I can probably tell you how that's going to end. Then on 12/7, 14, day 14, they don't show, they show on the New Japan, let's clear this out. They show on the New Japan website some of the matches and then they hit you with the, it may change.
Okay.
And other websites, they just give you the guaranteed matches. And so I don't want to just give you the it may change right now. I'm gonna give you the guaranteed ones I know it's gonna be on there. For the Block B matches, Atlantis Jr. and Sabanaro Jr. versus Zonderkin Jr. and Yota Tsuji. Block B is going to be Monster Sauce versus Gorillas of Destiny, Bishiman versus Just Five Guys, and Rogue Army versus Minoru Suzuki and Nagata.
Hmm.
Okay? This is where we get to the light, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, on day 15, these are these two semifinal matches. Okay? We just gonna wait to see
Hmm.
who
We're
at
gonna wait
the
and
end.
see. Yeah, yeah. I mean, at the
On
end
the
of the
16th,
day,
we get that final match. And we're done, ladies and gentlemen. We're done with the tag league on the 16th.
man, let me tell you, man. I remember telling SP3 2 weeks ago, man. I don't really think I'm gonna watch the tag league just because I don't have any point of interest in it. None of the teams really stick out to me this year. And Gato didn't fail me, man. This has been a clusterfuck of a tag league. It's been confusing. It's been, um, you know, lackluster. Lackluster is the word. Like I always say, I love to see my good brothers getting paid. More power to you, man. Get that money. Get that money. But I haven't seen and or felt much interest in the World Tag League since it started, and that sucks. So they need to rethink this for next year and see as to how they come about getting more buzz around it. Maybe getting more different other teams to be a part of it, to give it some sort of higher uh, perceptive value, should I say? People just
Mhm.
to tune in from that particular regard. But yeah, this tag league has not been great, to say the least. Um, ALW stated Lantana Hawaiian and Juicy for now were recently granted their release from ALW. That's what I saw. That's what I saw from MLW. That's what I saw about Juicy in
Yeah.
recent weeks. But yeah, man, Tag League hasn't been what it was supposed to be. I'm catching up during the highlights, folks. There's if you don't stay up late enough, don't want to stay up live, and if you don't want to go through the entire show at a later date, NJPW, they're back on track, folks. YouTube it. They give you the highlights of the World Tag League. They are up right now up until Saturday. Not today,
Yeah.
because today they still have to cut the show, but they have all the highlights up until Saturday's show. So you'll be more than caught up with what's going on in Tag League, and just give them about another 12 hours to get caught up with everything else, because tomorrow's an off day for them. So
Yeah.
it is what it is
So
there.
we're gonna preview upcoming things that we're gonna go over here on the channel when it comes to New Japan. We have the road to Tokyo Dome that's
Mhm.
on the 21st and the 22nd. We have Wrestle Kingdom 18 in Tokyo Dome on January 4th. Now, mind you, next day, New Year's Dash on January 5th. Battle in the Valley is on Saturday, January 13th. The New Beginning in Nagoya is on the 20th. Then we have the Road to the
Right.
Beginning.
Mhm.
Uh, that's starting from January 21st to February 10th. Then we have New Beginning on February 11th. Also, I'm not gonna say I will go over the results with you all, but I'm not gonna actively just sit there and try to find it. New Japan presents CMLL Fantastica Mania 2024.
Fun Fantastica Mania. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I love me some Fantastica Mania every damn year. So this year I plan on covering Fantastica Mania. So hopefully I will stay in the pocket, as they say, and watch on a regular basis and just have fun
Listen,
with what
the
CMLL
last
is bringing us.
few the last few matches were great. I can't tell you. It just looked like a whole bunch of grown old men fighting each other in the beginning. And I was like, why? And I was watching it live too. I was like, why? Why? And then we went over. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to I'm going to step back in the shadows, ladies and gentlemen, and let my good brother, Jay News, talk about his spotlight of the week.
Today's spotlight wrestler is none other than one of the real Three Musketeers, Ren Narita. When I told Dolores this yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was, I was thinking to myself, all right, I'm going to say all these positive things about Ren Narita and whatnot, but with the present day booking and how things have gone, Ren Narita just hasn't been booked strongly enough to be in that upper echelon of the younger guys of New Japan. Even though he's a Three Musketeer, from a perception standpoint, he's not all there as of yet. The dude's immensely talented. I feel like they need to get Ren Narita away from the whole him being like a baby Shibata type wrestler. They need to give him something of his own to hang on to, and he's a techer at the end of the day. So mix that with something of his own, imaginative and creative thought process, and maybe we'll get a more let's say a different version of Ren Narita. But the version that we're getting right now, the Shibata slash Inoki esque Ren Narita, isn't working because they've gone. I think that in New Japan's gone to the well too many times with that particular, if we want to call it, gimmick, over its history. So I feel like they just need to do something different with this dude. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Narita. They took away the opportunity for him to become a TV champion, even though Zach's been a great TV champion. The storyline was there for Ren to essentially take it, and they didn't give it to him at all. So they're really they as Gato and freaking Dick Togo, the two guys who booked for freaking New Japan, seem to really be taking the foot off the gas when it comes to the younger guys right now, especially with the way the World Tag League's been booked. Now how they're embarrassed. Well, I don't know if it's Shooter himself embarrassing himself or whatever, but Shooter being embarrassed on social media, the crying meme thing. Now he's the new crying face of social media. It's not even Michael Jordan anymore. Now it's Shota Umino. So we have that going on. And Ren's part of that group, man. I think that for all intents and purposes, the group isn't in a good light right now, as in the Three Musketeers, Ren and Shota and Yoda. Yoda Suji, that is. You add you a year more to that group as well. Gabe Kidd to that group as well. Those boys that came out of that dojo system as a group. And Gabe Kidd is the one on top because he's been the best out of all of them right now. And Suji not too far behind, but with the booking and stuff like that, it's just been kind of like it's been inconsistent to say the least. So there's a lot more to be desired from Ren Narita. I hope for better in his future. Keep an eye out for him. He's not as bad as they're making them out to be. So the hope is that booking gets better so that they can spotlight the younger guys, him being one of them, and putting them in positions to be perceived in a better light. But for right now, I just don't feel that they've done the younger dudes any service outside of how they were debuted necessarily. Like their re-debuts were all great, but ever since their re-debuts, not much has happened for any of the younger guys, especially Ren Narita. So we'll see. But I wanted to spotlight Ren for this fact that I know that the dude is talented and I know that he could do a lot. They just need to give him better stuff to do. But it's long form storytelling when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it might just be a few years before we get Ren Narita at the top of the card.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
So, ladies and gentlemen, while my brother J News has the stage, we will allow him to plug his great show.
Yeah, folks. As always, thank you, Dolores, for letting me plug my podcast. It's I, John L, your friendly neighborhood moviegoer. This week, look out for the pod recordings for Godzilla -1 and the latest Hunger Games movie, and I will do my best to finish the series that I was covering on Max called Scavenger's Reign, and then whatever it is that I'm watching this week. I actually have a movie that I'm watching tonight, which is a new, I wouldn't say anime, it's a new Miyazaki film, so it's a Studio Ghibli film. It's called The Boy and the Heron, so I'm watching that tonight, so I'll probably record that by the end of the week. And whatever else I might have scheduled. So keep a lookout. You can catch me at whatever podcasting application and DSP provider you have of choice. I'm on everything. So you can catch me there. You can catch me on the socials, as you can see here, at John LYFNMG, and have those conversations with me, man. You want to talk movies and everything else in between, tag me on trailers, if anything, and all that stuff. And we could just have those conversations, because that's what it's really about for me, is having the conversation and the dialogue about what's going on in the world of movies and streaming and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I got for that right now.
See, J News, see, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad.
No.
I'm gonna come back, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, you see in the chat. Again, I got to get up on making sure everybody got the same thing. The link for the wrestling club, the donation link.
Mm-hmm.
Here at Workhouse Wrestling Network, we want to get them to WrestleMania 40, the road to WrestleMania in Philadelphia. So you're helping kids who might not have an opportunity to get to an event like this have a once in a lifetime moment. A, because financially, or B, because their parents are working and don't have the time and the means to take them to such things. So please support them. We put it out every week, every show. Make sure you do it, do it, do it, do it, so we can help these kids have a once in a lifetime moment. Okay. Also,
It's a good,
into
it's
the
good,
nitty
it's good,
gritty
good call.
of things, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get back to this in a minute. Okay. Me and Jay News are still co-champion, but it's a lot of shows, especially road tours and the rest of that we're gonna start on a fresh start at the new year. So ending 2023, me and Jay News are co-champions. Okay, take that,
There it is.
ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before, this is our schedule. I will go over the schedule in a minute, but for this show particularly, we will stop on the 18th and we will pick up on the 8th. Okay, so we have a break because Christmas is on Monday and New Year's is on Monday. And we know you like to have a good time, have a little drink, party. You don't want to see me and Jay News up here talking about wrestling, do you? No. We're gonna give you a break. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The schedule. Starting Monday at 10 a.m., you have me and Jay News. Seeing the stars of all the indie shows such as New Japan Pro Wrestling, GCW, Wrestling Revolver, Noah, Stardom, you name it, we'll probably cover it. Okay? Make sure you're there. Ladies and gentlemen, 10:30 on Tuesday is the cookout where we have interviews, play games, have a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you not there, you are missing a lot. Listen, I try not to fuss at you all about not missing a show, but you missed a good show last week. We had Santana Jackson on, and he was a good time. J News, I ain't had so much fun. You can't tell me. I was a little girl on the inside screaming like I had saw the real Michael Jackson. And I try to tell you all, ladies and gentlemen, don't miss out. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Now this week we're gonna have Name That Superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't seen Name That Superstar, then you are missing out on a lot. Okay? Because Name That Superstar is where we come and play games and have good time. Some of us even lose. But this week, we're supposed to have Classic and you, my boy Blue, to join us on Name That Superstar. Also, ladies and gentlemen, back to the schedule. All 4, 9, 10, 15 on Wednesday is where you catch ALW and Sammy talking all things WWE. This week, they're going to be previewing NXT Deadline that comes on this Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, they also review Raw and NXT. So make sure you're there because it's a good time. 10:15 is Aftermath of Dynamite. Boom! Where you get all things AEW from Collision and Rampage to the Dynamite the day before. They also review and preview pay-per-views on that show. So make sure you're there with Anika and ALW. Sometimes I fill in, but I ain't as good as Anika. So make sure you watch the show. 8 p.m. on Fridays. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is Friday Night Fight. And guess what? Now the kids run the asylum. And what I mean is that Anika and Sammy are left alone. There are no parents there, ladies and gentlemen. No parents there. I can't control them. So I know you. It's a good old time. If you ever seen the shorts, they do have fun. They say things that shouldn't be said. They start out with SmackDown and then roll into Rampage. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's Friday and it's a pay-per-view, it's the Workforce Wrestling Network. I tell you that. Saturday is Under the Radar with CM and ALW. They talk BTE, ROH, Impact, MLW. But guess what happened this last Saturday, ladies and gentlemen? Your girl DM filled in for CM on Under the Radar. Okay? So make sure you go back and check that out. And then they'll have a preview. Not for sure if they have a preview, but I know next week they'll review Impact. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night is Saturday night is All Right, our AEW collision, where you get that black girl magic, me, CM, Anika, all having a good time. Listen, you will come broken but leave whole because of all that black girl magic. A ting, 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 ting. But guess what? You not only are getting some black girl magic on Saturday, you getting a whole crew because it is going to be so busy. We have Impact Final Resolution, NXT Deadline, and AEW Collision all happening all at 8 o'clock. So we're going to be watching multiple things. Ladies and gentlemen, then we get to the last day of the week. Sunday, where it's into the square circle with Sammy and ALW. These two grown men fight it out to see who's going to be into the square circle champion. I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, my boy ALW has been losing, but I feel like he got a comeback coming. So make sure you got to watch it to see it, because if you miss it, then you miss a day, you miss a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see this icon, YouTube audio, you can listen to us live as the cookout happens. You can also listen to us live on YouTube audio as watch-alongs happen. Because listen, I know we're busy. J News got a job. People got kids. You might be driving. You might not feel good. You ain't got time to sit up in front of a computer or TV and watch us. Sometimes you just need to listen, okay? And have a good time with it. So make sure you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this icon right here is also on all platforms. Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Audio, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. Listen, again, I'm going to say it one more time. Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube Audio, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Radio Public. Normally the next day, I got it right for you. Everywhere, same time. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to social media, there's a will, there's a way, and we are right there. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Again, YouTube, Twitch, Threads, Instagram, Discord, TikTok, Twitter. That's where you can find us. Ladies and gentlemen, after all of that, I'm tired, okay? It's time for me to get up out of here with J News, okay? Again, make sure you check out J News on social media, because you need that fire movie review. Somebody who's going to keep it real with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's really what it's about with me in the movie reviews. I try to be as transparent as possible. I don't try to sugarcoat it and everything. And obviously, I'm coming from my perspective. My perspective is unique and it's different. So yeah, check me out. It's on the podcast as well. Check me out on social media. Like I always say, I promise to do better of staying on the feeds and trying to comment on stuff as it goes and as it happens.
Listen, you can always come in here and on Mondays at 10 a.m. and be like, hey, J News, I need to just find out real quick if I spend this money. Is this worth me seeing? I don't mind him answering no questions, because sometimes I be wanting to know too. Save me my money and save my brain cells, because sometimes them movies make me want all my brain cells just get lost. But ladies and gentlemen, as I normally say, it's time to cut the lights out. It's time to go. We have to go. I know you want us to stay, but we have to go. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it to your friends. Come out the bushes. We here for you, okay? We know you like New Japan and indie stuff. We know you here. We here for you, okay? And until then, peace.